Today, we're going to talk about startup costs. More specifically, how much does it cost, or how to figure out how much it's going to cost for you to start your service-based business. So if you've been wondering about how much it costs to start your service-based business, listen, you are in the right place. You want to keep watching this video. Hello, my name is Jackie. I am a business management consultant, right? So a little bit about me. I have an MBA with a graduate in accounting. I spent over 20 years training managers, supervisors, how to be supervisors and managers. I've dealt with I handle managerial counts of over $5 million. I handled government contracts. I've done so much stuff. Y'all, I'll be out here all day. I would be here all day telling you the things that I've done. But anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about finding out how much how much it costs for you to start your service-based business, okay? We're going to talk about startup costs. So grab your pencils, grab your paper, okay? It's time, not to boogie, but it's time to get started. All right. So you've decided that you want to be your own boss. That is wonderful. Yay! How much is it going to cost? If you watch my earlier video, and I'm going to put the link, it's going to follow this video. It's also going to be below. I mentioned some things that you need to think about when you're doing your research. Okay, you're researching, right? In order for you to know how much it's going to exactly cost you, and it's important that you learn these aspects of managerial accounting because you have the desire to be your own boss. Therefore, you got to pay the bills, boo. You got to pay the bills. Okay, you have to pay the bills. So you'll discover that some businesses, even though they're a service-based business, a product-based business, they have a minimum of cost, meaning they may have a low cost, and some of them could be no cost. And the reason why they're no cost because they're things that you already use. You're just adding an additional source. For instance, if you have a home based, service based business, you already got a home, boo. You already got lights, boo. Chances are you already have internet, boo. You already got things. So the only difference is those things don't have jobs. So they literally just not doing nothing. Okay. You want to put those things to work, put some space in the work, and it'll cost you either minimum or zero cost initially to start it up because you're using resources you already have. You already got them, boo. You already got them, and that reduces the cost. So what you do, this is why research is very important. You want to research, 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 research. No matter what we're doing, even though we're talking about money, we have to research. You have to get comfortable. You having a CEO mind, you have to get comfortable with talking about money. You have to get comfortable. You have to know your bottom line, not just how much. Everybody talks about how much you want to make. Yes, that's profit. Okay. Profit happens after you recoup. Okay, if you take the amount of cost of items or goods or services, you subtract the amount it costs for you to provide that good or services, the ending leftover is profit. Unless you know how much you are spending on that providing that product or service, you cannot have profit. Okay, you may be getting money, and because you're not accounting the cost, you might be balancing out. You be like, I'm balling, I'm getting that money every day. Baby, no, you're not. How much are you spending? Okay, so say you use the internet. I'm just throwing some numbers. $100 a month. Okay. You have a space in your home that you providing coaching, consulting, or whatever. You came up with, let's say it that using that space may cost you $500 a month. That's $600 so far, right? Then let's say um the lighting and stuff that you have for that home, that costs you $10. Okay, costs you $10. And then you spent $90 on a webcam because you were going to do virtual meetings, right? That's $700 total. Then you spend another $300 on other things that you need in order to provide that service to your customers. That's $1,000. Okay. So we know that in order for us to run that business, it's going to cost us $1,000 a month. But how much does it cost to start it? Okay, so we have to do our research. Maybe we looked into we did some research for the Secretary of State, and we found out in our state it only costs $50. But we want to do business in Texas and it costs $300 to do this entity that we decided we wanted to do. You mean what? We have to pay something to start an entity? Yes, you do. Okay, that is not a deterrent. That's just information you have to know going in, because the first goal of the business is to get out the red into the black. Okay, the first goal of a business is to break even. Once you break even, then you start doing tasks and things so that you can start profiting, because you want to recoup the cost of you starting that business. And see, the government loves business. The IRS love business. Your state government love businesses because that's who they tax to keep their business open. It's not just John Q. Public, it's the businesses. So that if you notice that everything that's happened in the first few years, yes, you got a check, but guess what? The businesses got more of a check. Okay? So check that. These are the things that you'll discover in managerial accounting, right? You may not be doing tax accounting. You may even have an accountant, but you have to manage the ins and out that's going in and out your account. So right now we have 1,000. And so we said it costs us $50 to start the business. Now to start it in the for the IRS, so we can get that number and things that I can't really think of because I just lost it in my head, and we're going to keep going. It's free. It's free to register your business with the IRS. Okay. But it costs you $50. So that's 1,050. Okay. So we spent so far 1,050. And let's say we spent another $75 on something else. So that is 1,100. So let's say it's going to cost us $1,100 to spend to start our business. When you add those up and you equate those, that'll help you. You know that that's a cost that you're going to have to figure out each year how to get that money back. Okay, just to make it easier to subtract in our head, let's say you had another cost that equaled another 100, so you end up with $1,200. $1,200, 12 months. That means you have to figure out how to make at least $100 a month in 1 year period. Okay, 1 year period, a minimum of $100 a month. That's just so we can break even. Then you start to equate some other factors. You have to, in order for you to get the monthly cost, but at least we have our startup costs. Now, to find those startup costs, you have to go and do your research. Like if I had internet, I'd have to go research and see or price compare how much this service compared to this service. Do I need this service? Can I live without these services? What things do I need in order to operate my business? And you want to not just think about it, you want to write them down because you want to make the best decision for your business using actual data. And then you can actually contact that business to find out more information. And that, in a nutshell, is how to find your startup costs. Make sure you tune in because next we're going to talk about briefly about business credit in the next video, right? Because knowing how much you need, then we can go into, okay, how much credit or how much of a loan or what are additional resources available in order to recoup those costs or to zero out those costs sooner than a year. Okay, so we're going to talk briefly about business credit. So if you have not subscribed in the next before the next video, what are you waiting on, baby? What are you waiting on? It's time. So make sure you subscribe, click the notification bell so that you'll know when my next video loads, y'all. See you later.